Hockey is here! This particular off-season felt rather short. Maybe I just paid a lot more attention to the draft than I normally do, which, can you blame me? Or maybe I was just really excited about the NWHL, the first paid women's hockey league, but there was plenty of off-season hockey news to chew on. If you're anything like me, though, nothing compares to watching real hockey. This is High Reels, High Sticks! My credentials. I dig hockey. I dig you. I'm excited to be the only Canadian on High Heels, High Sticks, which of course means I do the vlogging so you can get the maximum advantage of my accent. The hockey season has started. In the grand tradition of hockey bloggers and vloggers, I am doing this from my mother's basement, or childhood bedroom, but whatever, I'm home for Thanksgiving. This means, of course, that I do not have sole control over the sports watching schedule, and thus hockey's sort of fallen by the wayside in terms of the Jays, the CFL, the NFL, the NWHL, and the greatest sport of all, throwing sticks for my dogs. However, I have seen a couple great moments, including Jack Eichel's first NHL goal, which, is it possible for that goal to have been prettier as first NHL goals go? It isn't, right? Like, that was prettier than one of those, like, blushing porcelain deer statues. It was pretty, is what I'm saying. I also saw the Leafs and Sens play the other night, and that was exciting! 3-on-3 looks sort of like a tennis match on the Sugar High. You're just sort of like this, or possibly like the puck is that dog from Up, and there's sort of a basket of squirrels in each net. I'll get better at these comparisons. But it's exciting. I was grudgingly impressed with Jared Cowan. And I have to say this now, because I have to build up points that I can inevitably cash in throughout the season. It's a perfect, scruffy LL Bean werewolf boyfriend, Mike Hoffman, remains underpaid, perfect, lovely, I adore him. It was his first shootout goal and his first shootout winning goal, so I think that that's possibly someone with more authority on these matters should explore in a larger sample size. My hockey team. I'm full of those. And, the Leafs look good. As good as they could, you know? You're all sick of hearing about the Mike Babcock effect, so I'll save that for when we have more than 3 games to pontificate on, although if pontificating is what you're looking for, my goodness, I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Bozak had a really good game, and my soft spot for the peach that is James Reimer is so large as to render my opinion largely inedible, but I thought that despite the box score, he gave the Leafs a reason to win, and I'm excited to see what he'll do this season. Why, yes, I am team participation methods. How could you tell? I earned this. Another fun thing is that Wings rookie Dylan Larkin, who we at the blog refer to exclusively as all caps hype train Dylan Larkin, has been on the ice for 6 goals for and 0 against, which is best in the league. And yes, I do selectively use plus, minus, and small sample sizes when they benefit me, and by me I mean this incredibly talented rookie. The hype train is boarding. I suggest getting on and meeting me in the bar car. Now comes the time of the season where we all, myself included, need a bit of a reminder. I've seen less of it this year than in past years, but the first few weeks of the season you always see a lot of how Arizona beat the Penguins, and Buffalo, we're losing to Buffalo, with an air or many airs of consternation or confusion, and, well, yes, that is indeed how hockey works. That's kind of the beauty of hockey, really. On any given night, each team is perfectly capable of losing to pretty much any other team. Now, over the course of, say, a 7-game series, and I'm just going to pull that one number out of the ether here, you can certainly expect certain teams to lose to other certain teams. But in a random game, anything can happen. And if the objectively, or subjectively, in the case of teams I deem to be my favorite, and thus more deserving of wins, team happens to lose, well, there's a reason we play a full schedule instead of just picking out the better team from each matchup and proceeding directly to the postseason, which I am sure somebody has thought of. So buckle up, enjoy the ride, and face the distinct possibility that your team may lose to whatever those are. Ooh. And now, for a feature I'm going to call A+. Shit. Possibly I should have opened this first. This week in The Most Canadian, Queen's Professor Art MacDonald won a Nobel Prize for his work on neutrinos. But in a call about one of the biggest professional moments of his career, he couldn't resist working in a "how about them leaps," as he discussed Mats Sundin with a Swedish scientist. Attaboy, Art. So that's it for this week. How regular these end up being depends on my learning curve with regards to iMovie, but hopefully I and many guests will be around the tube of views to keep you guys company this season. Subscribe, read the blog, like this video, and consider making a Hockey Fights DV donation. You can make pledges for virtually whatever you want. My pledge this year is money for every Erik Karlsson goal, money for every Phil Kessel goal, because I am a troll, every Ashley Johnston of the New York Riveters goal for the NWHL, because I gotta make it whole, and money for every hat trick by an Ottawa Senators player, because I hope they get on a roll. Have a good one, and happy Thanksgiving. Okay, we're gonna do this, I guess. What if I just do it like this? Hockey is here!